I created Species Nutrition with one mission in mind: to provide bodybuilders and serious athletes with no-nonsense supplements that work. I put my name and reputation on every bottle of Species Nutrition products. If you want to be your absolute best, join the evolution. Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Wednesday, March 8th, 2023. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. Even though we had a couple of recap Wednesdays already, this one always feels like it marks the official start of the season. So why don't we jump right into our recap of the Arnold Classic, starting with the Men's Open, where, as you all know by now, Samson Dauda made history by delivering his all-time best, securing the win and earning himself a place in the Olympia title contender conversation with what he did. Everyone's pre-show favorite Nick Walker was forced to settle for second despite making some noticeable changes since Olympia weekend, while third-place finisher Andrew Jack certified himself as a future star and maybe even a future title holder thanks to another incredible effort. After much ado, Big Ramy ultimately ended up having to settle for fourth. And sliding into the top five was our giant killer himself, Sean Clarita, who was phenomenal as always in the biggest open show of his career. And last but not least, we'd be remiss if we didn't give a shout out to wheelchair bodybuilding champ Harold Kelly, who confirmed once again why he's the GOAT of that division after another incredible performance. All things considered, we saw the most highly anticipated matchup of the weekend go down in classic physique as Ramon Dino and Urs Kalasinski faced off in a battle that felt like there was a lot more on the line than just the honor of being crowned an Arnold Classic champion. But when it was all said and done, we saw the judges give the nod to the best version of Ramon Dino that we've ever seen, despite a really solid effort from Urs here, as he was forced to settle for second. Sliding into third, we had a former Arnold Classic physique champ, Alex Cabernero, who was probably as good as we've ever seen him in the last few years. Fourth place went to Mike Sommerfeld, who continues to impress us more each and every time out, with the way he's been able to put it all together at the last minute. And last but not least, sliding into the top five on this stage for the third time in his career, we had Courage Opara, who's probably one of the more underrated guys in the entire division at this point. In men's physique, it was game, set, match for Aaron Banks from the moment he stepped out on stage, as your reigning and defending Olympia champ made it 2 in a row on the Arnold Classic stage in what might have been the most dominant performance yet. Diogo Montenegro showed up with fantastic conditioning, and the judges decided to award him with the runner-up spot for his efforts. This was a big night for third-place finisher Emmanuel Hunter because he really opened up some eyes after delivering the best performance of his career here. Vitor Chavez was your fourth-place finisher, and dropping into fifth, we have perennial Olympians Carlos de Oliveira. Next up, we have the fitness division, where the big headliner came from Ariel Kadar, who was absolutely brilliant here on the way to collecting her second straight Fitness International title, which probably also secured her a spot as a future Hall of Famer now that she has 2 world titles on her resume. Runner-up Jacqueline Baker was also very impressive here, as she's now placed second in the Olympia and the Arnold in back-to-back performances, which means that we need to be on the lookout for her as a legitimate title contender this year. Michelle Freda Mansa picked a great time to pull together the best performance of her career, which was good enough to earn her a huge third-place finish. Fourth place went to Allison Kramer, who looked really good from beginning to end. And rounding out the top 5, we have Tara Plum, who always seems to be in the mix whenever there's a major title on the line. In a stacked bikini division, Laura Lee Chapados proved for the second year in a row why she's one of the very best in the world, on the way to collecting another huge win. and confirming her place as a top-tier title contender in this division. Reigning Olympia champ Maureen Blanquisto came out and looked great, but still ultimately had to settle for the runner-up spot. Sliding into third, we had another former Olympia and Bikini International champion in Jennifer Dory, who managed to do just enough here to outpace the GOAT, Ashley Kaltwasser, who still doesn't seem to be showing any signs of slowing down. And rounding out one of the deepest top 5 lineups that we've seen grace this stage, we had perennial Olympia threat Romina Basualdo. And last but not least, we have the wellness division, where the big headline comes from Cassandra Gillis, who stepped into the spotlight in a major way with a lights-out performance that earned her the biggest win of her career. The runner-up spot went to Angela Borges, who feels like she's been knocking on the door of every major title in this division since we started having them a few years ago. The number 3 spot went to Rayanna Fogel, who looked fantastic here on the way to edging out third-place finisher Alexis Adams. And rounding out a very solid top 5 group, we had newcomer Marissa Andrews. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.